Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents The Titans Gift Season 2, Episode 39. I am your DM and host, Marty, joined by the full Seattle crew. Let me make their mics as warm and toasty as you feel after a half bottle of rum that is aged up to 16 years. Did you see what I did there? All right. I caught a little bit of the pregame chatter. Let me get their mics going here. How are you guys doing on this fine holiday evening?
I'm ready to roll up to nat 20 on every roll.
Up to nat 20. Nice.
Up to.
Funny. So what do you guys been doing? We haven't played since December 1st, so we've gone through a full December. It just flew by.
It's been a long December.
Yep.
It's been a very long December, yeah, I'm just going to say that much. But it's ending much better than it started for me, so I'm pretty good.
That's good. I had 1 week of work at the beginning of December, and then I've had the last 2 weeks off, so I can't really complain.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Feeling recharged?
I feel well rested. Like I don't feel work stress anymore. But not seeing family and not seeing people in person really kind of hits home during the holidays,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Especially after 9 months of it. So
Yeah.
I think for most of us, I think it's probably a little bit easier for most of us because we've got, I have a family at home.
You can at least touch another human being, and I'm not even saying it in a creepy or sexual way. I mean, it's just like, you are physically able to go, hey, and like
give me a hug.
interact with another human being. It's I guess it's the price.
I think living alone is this is a tough time to live.
Oh, it is not fun. A good thing I have, you guys to hang out with, the Ontario crew, the people in the people in the chat, and like hobbies, because I don't know how other people are doing it. That's really
Drinking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's just trading one problem for another, I think. So,
Well, it's a solution, last I heard.
yeah.
I remember that episode. Cause of and solution to.
I got a new chair, so I'm sitting farther back because I have actual back support now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So my wife got me this chair for Christmas.
Nice.
So I am comfortable, and the dog on my lap's comfortable.
Cool. Good stuff.
I got a new TV. I'm pretty excited about it. Been playing a bunch of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, tell us your experience after I caught you played a bunch of Cyberpunk, and after the first day of the TV, what happened?
Yeah, so I got this new 77-inch OLED. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And the first day I played it for probably it was like 8 to 10 hours or something like that. The next day I woke up and my eyes literally hurt. Like I could not watch. I picked up the controller and I started to focus on TV and I'm like, oh man, what is this feeling? Apparently it's eye strain. And that's a thing that can happen to you if your OLED is too bright or you're too close to TV. So I had to move the couch back 6 inches, turn down the OLED brightness, but leave the regular brightness. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I mean, I've run into crashes and bugs like everybody else, but I played through it once, and I'm on my second playthrough already, and I'm having a good time.
Well,
I'm probably 80 hours in.
That's
Well,
awesome.
that's good to hear. I mean,
Roughly.
if somebody can get 80 hours out of the game, then it can't be that bad.
Terrible.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't want to put any spoilers here, but
PC
I've
or
thoroughly
console?
enjoyed it.
It looks
I'm playing on PC with a controller.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. I'm going to have to build a new PC for that one. If I even think about playing it too hard, I think my graphics card will just melt. So.
If anything, I am really excited that the PC is making a comeback. It sounds like PC is making a comeback this year, and I like that.
It's
I
huge.
like that because consoles killed all the games that I liked on PC.
Yeah, I know. All the good single players.
All the good single-player strategy games died out when consoles became popular.
Yeah. I've been playing this. I don't know if you can call it a city builder. It's called Dawn of Man, where you control a Paleolithic through Iron Age tribe of people. So you build a village. It's not quite Sim City, but you go hunt bison and stuff. I played that till 5 in the morning the other night.
What's it called?
Dawn of Man.
And why would you play that over, say, RimWorld?
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like the aesthetic and the vibe. It reminds me a lot of Banished was another one. Just like the it's low stakes. It's not very stressful. It has really good like management, so you don't have to micromanage everything. You can just kind of like relax and
Do you indirectly control the tribe or directly control them?
both.
Okay.
You know, you tell them like, hey, you can tell them go pick up this specific stick, or you can set a work area with 3 people that will gather.
So
sticks.
it's like RimWorld with a theme, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've heard RimWorld's super good. I haven't gotten into it, but I've heard nothing but good stuff about it.
Okay.
It's I don't know.
Cool.
It's relaxing. Working on building a palisade around the village. I keep getting these raiders coming through the mountains trying to kill me.
Damn raiders. That's why we can't have anything nice. My prehistoric turnip farm. Right. There was probably like several 100,000 years of early human existence that really sucked.
I was watching something on YouTube yesterday. It's an episode of Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he's interviewing a guy who does studies on the Middle Ages, and I'm going to misquote it here, but basically the gist of it is that there's this good period in the beginning when the Romans were here, and then there was this good period in the Renaissance, you know, when all the art happened and all the cool stuff happened, and then there's this piece in the middle here where everybody lived in mud and it was just dirty and scruffy and nobody wants to remember it. And this guy's like, yeah, his point is just to tell people that's not what happened.
Yeah. Misery is relative, I think. Everything's a struggle. Yeah.
Wow, really got to check out RimWorld. Yes, you have to, man.
I'm sure. Probably the next game I'll get into as soon as we get the TV set up and the computer set up in the living room. Sarsa and I'll get into Stardew Valley. I don't know if you remember. Levi used to play it way back in the day. He would go home after the bars and he'd just be playing Stardew Valley.
I thought that it was him joking.
I'm pretty sure he was very serious about it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll have to tease him a little bit about that when we see him again.
I mean, there is stuff to appreciate in Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
I mean,
it sounds really good, and they just released native local co-op support for PC. So we're always looking for local co-op games. That's one thing that has just died. Even though consoles got super popular, they fucking killed off local couch co-op.
yeah.
There's hardly any games come out that support it. It's gotten a little better this year, but like very few games are designed to do that.
Another thing of games that I think is a modern twist that makes things a little interesting is the games that we have nowadays mostly rely on you can win if you make somebody else lose, which means one person's having a good time, another person's having less of a good time.
So zero sum is what you're saying.
All the battle royale games and Minecraft, I guess, is the exception to that rule, but
so zero sum, like it's either I die or you die.
Yeah. And you know, it didn't used to be like that. Like you used to be able to play games, and I can't think of good examples now, but I know that they were there because I know we played them, where you could play co-op games or dual screens or stuff like that, where it wasn't that bad.
I just took a glance at the graphics. No, it's the game that I think we're talking about. It looks like the first version of Final Fantasy or something like that. Like it's like,
wasn't it made by like one guy?
Yeah.
Stardew Valley, I think so. I think it's
Stardew Valley,
or something is like his name.
My time is precious. I can't. There's some things it's like, nope, can't even.
I'm excited. I'll let you know how it is. I'm excited to get into it.
Sure, Matt. What's going on with you?
Not a ton. I'm on call this week, so I'm working not super hard. I'm taking the big days off. I got a cast iron griddle.
Ooh.
Kind that goes over 2 burners.
Yeah.
So I've been griddling some stuff on occasion. It's nice. I've been playing a bunch of Hades. That's a good game. That's fun.
That was Max's.
It's so good, dude. I'm glad you got into it. It's so good.
That studio is awesome. All their games are amazing.
Yeah.
Are you playing on PC or Switch?
PC. PC.
I think they just implemented their cross-platform saves now too.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't have a Switch. I should think about getting a Switch.
It's a great game for the Switch. It's one of those things where you can just pick it up and then like play a little bit and put it down.
I can see that.
You guys remember where we left off?
Yeah. So there was a door. It had like it had a trap or something like that on it, and if something alive were to open it, it were to set off the trap. Thurgus just found out that there's a dead bear in the other room, and he is in a cold rage.
Nice.
So he walked into the next room and was like, "We're opening that fucking door." And there's some commentary about like, "Are you sure you want to stand and range that?" Don't care. We're going that way.
So
and there was a bell ringing as well. I remember.
Yeah, recap from Autumn Fall Part 1 and Autumn Fall Part 2. The Jerks Emeritus return to the hospice of the Blessed Maiden and plunge into the hidden complex below, battle incantations blazing. They tangle with plague doctors, hordes of undead, bone creatures, and strange fae in search for Dr. Davulus and the mysterious Lady Andaisin. Autumn Fall Part 2. The party battles past plague doctors, bone golems, and the witches of Hecate. Fereosae spots a desiccated Ursine, a former companion of Thurgus, in an elaborate and advanced laboratory. The party discovers vats of disease fluids and plague-bearing daemons within.
Convince somebody to jump in one.
The tolling of a bell is heard beyond the door of darkness and death. And I think many of you have spells running. Those spells are on your sheets. There are no enemies in sight. The advanced plague zombie that is on the board that is damaged, I believe, is under the control of the professor, who is invisible and hiding in a illusory barrel that he conjured. Dr. Davulus's corpse is unceremoniously dumped beside one of the vats, one of the big glass tanks. Thurgus is, look at all those spells. We need to scroll to see all the spells. He has spells blazing all around him. Bukerbeck is backing up the party. Fereosae and Pixel are off to the side, and Zephyrus is flying around invisible, with Makernam not invisible, sitting on his back.
I believe the zombie's last command is to protect Thurgus, and before that, it had opened this door for us. There seemed to have been a trap on the door that if a living creature opened it, anything other than undead.
Oh, right. So this creature moved forward and grabbed a hold of one of the pull rings on the door. The doors do push open. It pushes open the door, and there is an impenetrable bank of darkness that is at the threshold of the door.
Are we in rounds?
We are in rounds. You guys could either just go, like, what are you guys doing this round?
I think it was more of a question of, I saw haste was still up, so I'm assuming that's going to go down before we get too far. I just couldn't remember, like, how far we are.
Yep. We're going to say, what are you doing this round that the creature is, while the creature is opening the door?
That was a strange feeling. I feel as if days have passed since the last moment. Too many memory lapse ones.
Nice.
I'll fly in to maybe here.
Okay.
When I move up, does the Discovery Torch emanate very far into the darkness?
Let me look at your spell.
3rd level light spell.
It does not penetrate the darkness.
Ooh. Okay.
The undead creature is listening to your command and is now opening the other door. And as it pushes the doors, it actually passes through. And the darkness is less of, like, it's dark in that room and more of a barrier that it kind of quasi-disappears into and then turns around and comes out. At this point in time, spellcasters can give me a spellcraft check. Now, if you are observing the doorway.
100% I will do that.
And you can please pool your spellcrafts if you guys are talking out loud about it. Otherwise,
can I see it from where I am?
Yeah, you can see where from where you are.
I will roll to assist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's taking the lead?
I have a plus 20.
I assist.
I think you or the professor should take lead. I'll auto assist.
I think the professor's a little distracted right now. I'm going to spell recall invisibility, cast invisibility on myself. I will stop concentrating on the silent image of the bucket, so it will linger for 4 rounds.
Okay.
So 2 assists, so it's plus 4.
Yeah, the professor's also a little far away. He's got some tanks in the way. So, yeah, give me a roll.
43.
This is called a mage's private sanctum. It should be blocking all scrying, sight, and sounds coming from beyond. For some reason, the bell could be heard even though there was a mage's private sanctum.
So I explained this to everybody and I relayed it to them.
So we might not be able to teleport out of that.
Thurgus's assist is walking through the veil.
Okay, Thurgus passes through the barrier, and now your light is spilling on the other side of the barrier. But it's not lighting up the room in behind. It's like Thurgus disappeared.
Oh, okay.
You can hear your companions fretting about the darkness, but they can't hear you.
I'll poke my head out. Come on, I'm not waiting for anybody. And
What?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a significantly long passage that
If everybody is kind of grouped up as soon as they cross the barrier, I'll go ahead and cast a Moment of Greatness to sort of re-up it on anybody that spent it.
Okay, so next round.
Yeah.
I will. We need a haste. I will spell recall haste and cast it while we're all close by.
Okay, this is round 21 of combat. Is there anything running that you guys need? I'm actually just going to hide a bunch of the columns, if that's all right.
Yeah,
Seems rational.
most of my stuff that's gonna go away. The V doesn't matter. It was a vanish, and the bucket is pretty important.
I'm gonna burn 2 minutes worth of blessings. But if we don't encounter anything, then I'll let them fall off. I think that's the only rounds buff I have up.
So I can do 9 on this haste here. Thurgus, Fereosae, Advanced Plague Zombie, Zephyros, Makronom, Bukerbeck, myself, Pixel. That should be 8.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to collect all on one side if you're going to target people that you
Yeah.
you
Let's-
need to see.
Let's
So.
get ready and cast those things next round after we've all moved through.
Okay.
I'll move through and then cast it. So I can get 9, so that should be everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The hand will pop out and get hasted and then go back inside my bag.
The rock in this temple, Henry, looks like it's hewn perhaps from the mountainside. This looks more like a tunnel than like a constructed hall.
Does it? I probably don't know it. I've never been underground in station before.
You're now doing a quick like orientation. You think you're tunneling into the face of the cliff.
Okay, yeah.
You went down underneath the streets, and now this tunnel is leading into like the cliffside itself.
That goes up into the plateau.
This tunnel has a slight downwards bend to it.
Oh.
Is the private sanctum not extra dimensional?
Well, that's right. I was thinking magnificent mansion, not private sanctum.
Yeah,
Private sanctum just creates a boundary. Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah,
Good
I think
call.
I was thinking the other one too.
Yeah.
You can hear some echoey murmuring coming from ahead, and you hear a high-pitched like voice going, I think they're coming. I think I see a light.
Curses.
Shit.
I'm going to stay relatively near the front because I'm going to stick on Thurgus's butt here because I have fine traps. Running. I'll let you know if I sense a trap. Let's go.
Yeah, and this guy will stay close to Thurgus. He's sent to protect him. And I'll probably just stick in Zephyrosa Square. We'll both fly together. For the moment, while we cross this bridge, at least.
Let them come.
I'm just barreling ahead.
Okay.
All right.
So I guess are we in turns?
Yeah. Next. So basically, the round that the haste went up, and then next round. What are you doing?
I think we're moving forward.
Casting my other blessing and walking forward.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead and move Thurgus, and then I'll stick to you.
What is the movement speed on this zombie guy?
Hecate, Thurgus, torchbearer of the underworld, I appeal to you. These words I know fall upon deaf ears, but know these words have power, for you are stuck as I in this place. May your flesh shine upon us like light from your torch, and a way to power. May your light, like your torch, burn within me. Boom. The bell tolls again, and you can hear the sounds of wailing spirits beginning to echo up the chamber.
Oh shit, 2 new hero points.
Blessed was your name, struck down by the Titans. But lo, the Titans did not let their minions consume your flesh. Only I can summon it. Only I will consume it.
I say a quiet prayer to the bloodbearer as I just sort of cut on the side of my neck. I don't know what the fuck this crazy bitch is on about, but I got some blood to get. And I'm gonna get me some. And I just keep walking.
All right, so Neil and Matt got a hero point from Neil and Matt. The current count of fortune points is as follows. And then Matt's got a hero point, Neil's got a hero point, it looks like. Alright, next round. Your hastes are running. It does look like when you reach the edge here that it does open up, although there seems to be like curtains of darkness. This would be more like a shading. And when you get to there, Thurgus, I'm going to move your token to a different part of the map.
I'm going to move up here as well. I will go ahead and kick in a round of Bard Song at this point.
I will silently vomit a professor in this hallway as we pass. So I'll lag behind Zephyros a little bit and go and vomit out a twin of the professor and keep flying forward.
So Ferris just looks at you and goes, "Thank you for not doing that in my square."
There is a sort of blurry curtain of darkness. It's almost like there is a veil of shadows that might be cloaking this place. Thurgus, as you descend the tunnel, you're walking down. As you have a divine connection to your god, you know that the divine connection to this place was once strong but has been turned sour. By the motifs of the carvings along the hewn rock hallway of skulls and symbols of death, perhaps some symbols of magic. You do see some things in the skies like stars and moons and other things, but whatever power they drew upon was not for good ends. This veil of darkness, your light does permeate through. It's almost like the light begins to move the veil of darkness off to the side, and you see into a chamber that is glowing blue. Hanging from the ceiling, and I'm going to draw the outline of it, is a massive bell. The bell seems to be made of bronze with electrum bands. And there is a creature that looks like it is striking the bell with simply its clenched fists. It's hard to see exactly what the creature is, as there is a statue of a goddess, if you will. The goddess looks like some sort of spellcaster with hair that goes down to her ankles. And there are pools of, I want to say water, but they have a slight silvery sheen to them, and it seems like the things that are screaming are flowing around in the pools.
Oh, okay.
In fact, at this point in time, you can hear Lady Andaisin, whom you assume is the woman in the room, pointing at the pools and coaxing them forward. Rise! Souls of the fallen priest! Souls of fallen priests! Souls that have nowhere to go! Bring your hate of the titans and the gods that failed you. Bring them forward, so that you may end this menace that confronts me. For truly they must have brought faith with them, but their faith will fail, for it is written. It is written! Mockernon.
Oh, she doesn't sound like she's having a good day.
It's not going to get better.
No. Okay. Yeah, okay. Is it time for me to cast my other spell?
Never change.
What was his other spell? It was shield, wasn't it?
He's got shield and true strike, and by this point in time, shield 4 minutes. We're rapidly approaching 4 minutes. We are in round 23. No, actually, his shield's still going.
Oh, I'll save it.
The LDs. What were these things? These were...
These.
Oh, right. Okay, I got it. Nothing happens there. The plague zombie fighter, the only one on the battlefield, is one under your control. It is going to try to sync up with Thurgus, because it's trying to guard Thurgus. So it will delay until initiative, the pip right after Thurgus. It seems to kind of not be quite smart enough to anticipate your movements, so it's delayed behind you. The apostasy wraiths begin to come out of the waters like they are somewhat corporeal in the waters. It looks like it's very painful for them to leave the waters. A thin veneer of like a sheet over their incorporeal forms is sopping wet. They spend the entire round just climbing out of the strange pools that are still moving as if there are many souls within these pools.
Uh-huh.
You can hear them saying Hecate's name backwards. More concerning is the giant undead thing that begins to raise up, and it raises its claws hand outwards and pulls this ratty cloak around its chest, and you could see that its rib cage is exposed through its rotted flesh, and there are souls of little creatures, little riblet souls, if you will, trying to reach through the ribs and put their faces squished up against the sides of his ribs, and they're all screaming. He begins to scream along with them as if he's taunting the things that are inside of him. We'll call this the giant undead with trapped souls in ribcage.
A very apt name.
These souls, I must take my due.
And it rises up, flying above the statue. So it's going to spend time flying up about 30 feet. It's just flying over the statue.
Come to me.
This thing of nightmares is floating forward. Giant undead with souls. Thurgus.
Alright. I've got flying haste. With that dude up at the top of that thing, is that a charge lane?
Yep, he's above the statue.
I know he's above the statue, but you said we came down, so I wasn't sure if there was like roof in the way of
No, there was a slight descent to the tunnel, and
Okay.
this is all at this point in time flat ground, relatively flat. The roof is as tall as it is wide in the tunnel, and
Okay.
much taller in the other space. We're gonna say it's about 40 feet tall in the other space.
Okay, but I do have a charge lane.
Yep.
Is what I heard. Okay. Yeah, so I will spend a point of fervor. I will cast Divine Favor on myself. I will yell, "You pay for what you've done!" And I will swing. And I'm going to use the fancy changes that Matt made to the spreadsheet.
Okay.
So Divine Favor is for...
You're a little bit surprised, Thurgus, as its flesh is unnaturally extended. Its claws reach out. It has a 15-foot reach.
Okay.
So
I definitely provoke.
It tries to backhand you as you come running in.
Understood.
AC 40.
Ooh, yeah, that'll hit.
Nice.
There's a slash across the side of your face and your nose, and immediately you could see the tip of your nose because you've got a snout. Your nose is starting to turn white. Do you have any protections against negative energy or energy drain?
Yes, I have Death Ward.
Okay, your death ward is keeping you from gaining negative levels at this point. The slash still does damage, but oh well. The slash still does 15 damage.
Rough.
It pulls its claws back as the death ward stung a little bit.
She thinks she can protect his soul from me.
Alright, you still get your charge.
My turn. 42 to hit.
Yeah, your adamantine greatsword comes plunging down into the creature with a satisfying crunch.
4.
This creature has no DR. No.
37 points of damage.
Oh god. It does not like. Plague zombie fighter tries to keep up to Thurgus.
Do your best, little guy.
Running along the ground with his flaming sword.
He is hasted though, right? He was one of the.
He was hasted, so he gets all the way up to the pool and kind of hops on the ledge of the pool. There's enough room for him to be there, and actually, he's not that. He's gonna move around, trying to look at the opponent. Fereosae.
Is the skeleton armored?
The skeleton is. It's actually not a skeleton. It's a advanced zombie, but it moves like a skeleton.
So is the giant undead armored?
Is the giant undead thing armored? Good question.
Is it wearing armor? Could I target it with armor lock?
Nice.
It is not wearing armor, although it may have some minor magic items upon it that might be acting
sense.
like it, but it doesn't have like plate or anything like that. Armor might ruin the. You wouldn't be able to see the souls inside the rib cage if it were wearing some sort of breastplate.
He'd have to transmog.
Yeah,
That's a fair point. I mean, he could be wearing girl armor.
it looks like some horrible giant undead thing that went wrong.
I think I will just what are we gonna do? I'm going to cast Bestow Curse for Pixel to deliver and hold the charge on. I'm going to continue Bard Song, and I'm going to move up. Flying to here. Let's see if I can get... What's this within 30 feet of? Not much. That's okay. Pixel is going to single move, hasted, flying to here. Let's see here. Single move, so moving stealthily.
Okay. And Fereosae, you're just out in the open?
I am out in the open.
Are you invisible?
No, I don't really have any invisibilities left at the moment.
All right. The floating pixie that you suspect is a polymorphed witch of Hecate or whatever Hecate has become is bobbing and pointing. There, that one. I see her. Lady Andaisin. Lady Andaisin appears to be human. She is wearing... She's wearing at least the strategic parts of a breastplate armor. She has this grim-looking scythe in her hands that she seems to move about her with great skill. It kind of reminds you of Zephyros' scythe in several ways, although a bit too small for Zephyros. There is an Electrum holy symbol that seems to be worked into a choker around her neck. She's got various other minor magic items. She is blazing with spells, as she may have known that you were coming. What is she going to do? She, as a move action, is going to pull out a scroll from her scroll tube at her belt. She just simply holds the scroll for now. Then she can really only see Thurgus and Fereosae. Huh. Well, the horrible undead giant soul-sucking creature complained that Thurgus was protected. I think Lady Andaisin is going to cast a targeted dispel magic on Thurgus.
Don't do it.
Okay. Unfortunately, my buffs are organized by duration, not by spell level.
Yep.
This may take time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she's going to target a specific spell. You may use a targeted spell specifically and one spell affecting the target, or spell affecting an area. So she saw your death ward in play. She's going after that one specifically.
It's cast by a 9th level witch.
Okay, she dispels 19th level caster. She dumps the spell onto Thurgus. There's a pop and fizzle and a sound of crackling fire and styrofoam rubbing together as your death ward goes down. There's this impish smile that crosses her pursed lips as she does that, and she's looking past Thurgus at Fereosae like she's got something to prove to you. So she's got a scroll in hand, and she casts a spell, and she's gonna 5 foot step bravely behind the
Bravely.
the pixie. Okay, then we've got Professor. I've got SI. Is that something that's running?
The bucket. All the way at the end of the hallway.
Oh, the end of the hallway is
Is anyone around to notice it? Does it even exist to begin with?
No.
If an illusion disappears and no one's around to see it,
Right.
does it make it?
The illusionist dilemma kind of thing.
Yes, so I will wipe a little bit of the vomit from my mouth from vomiting up a copy of myself last turn in the hallway behind me, and I will...
All right, do you need a token for yourself?
Yeah, just leave it back in that hallway we just were somewhere. I did it, last round, so...
Did you create one already?
No, I think if I copy and paste stuff into...
Oh, I got it. There's a... Now, the vomit doesn't have any of your spells.
No, it's just a dumb copy that I could move around at the start of my turn, or I could switch with at the start of my turn, and I can move around as a move action. It's just gonna stare stupidly at the wall in the hallway.
So there's the vomited twin looking around. It's medium sized. It's not small, and it doesn't have any of your spells running. Doesn't have any of your equipment.
Yeah, it is just my oh shit.
It's smacking while stupidly looking at the wall, looking around.
Yeah. So all right, so I will step into this room.
Okay.
Yeah, and I see all the stuff going on. I am invisible. I will do
when you pass through the little barrier, you do notice that the barrier parts and kind of waves around a little bit, almost like if somebody was watching, they could tell that you entered the room.
I'm gonna try and be as low key about that as possible. Yeah, I am going to use a swift action to use a round of my invisibility field. So I go invisible, basically greater invisible right now.
Yep.
And then I will cast Feeble Mind at the third pillar of this triumvirate, Lady Andaisin, and I will see if we can just make her real dumb and ugly.
You're just gonna try to end the fight before it begins.
While invisible from across the room. There's no button.
medium range, 100 feet plus 100 feet per level, and you're 9th level, so 190 feet away. She's 130 feet away. Okay, so she's targetable.
Yes, there's SR, and I didn't increase the DC, but, you know, I think will negates? Yes, will negates, spell resistance, yes. DC on this is not crazy. It's an enchantment, so it doesn't get my illusions bonus.
She doesn't have any SR. She didn't cast that spell. She is not an arcane caster, so she doesn't take a -4 penalty on the saving throw. And clerics are known for pretty damn good will saves. So
Yeah.
this is...
Yeah, I mean, the DC is not crazy either. It's only 25.
You realize that most casters would die for a DC 25
Is that
casting
true?
a 5th level spell. Yeah.
Is that a good DC? I don't know.
Because her
25 is pretty
her
ridiculous.
plus
That's
18
pretty good.
her plus 18 will save is now not as comfortable anymore. All right, so you
Can I do a thing on this? Is there any kind of point or anything I can use? This is a big move for me. I can use well,
You can give her a penalty on her save with a hero point.
yeah. If I have
Right?
a hero point,
I don't think so. No.
I don't think it works in the positive. I guess since I'm not rolling, hero point doesn't really do me anything.
All right. Plus 18.
Oh yeah! Her int and her charisma are now 1.
That's
Is she a cleric? Is that
She's
charisma?
very ugly, but she still casts with her wisdom if she's a cleric.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Unless
She
she's
kinda
an
goes-
Oracle of Hecate.
She just
She
starts...
can't understand language.
No, she just starts making this noise.
I'm gonna look at her and wink.
She is not responding to winks at this point.
No.
She's got 1 int and 1 charisma.
And this goes away. It doesn't go away until it's removed.
No, it's permanent.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Like, she still has wisdom to cast, but is she not smart enough to know what to cast?
She knows.
She's making this noise, going "Ah! Ah!" and she's screaming at the thing that is coming out of the pool. She's freaking out right now.
It's a good use of feeble mind.
There we go. Right, turn 1 on the big baddie.
Okay. There's still danger in the room. What the fuck's wrong with you, Lady Andaisin? The pixie, who I think has some sort of like affliction, because I've got DC.
Zephyrus first.
Oh, sorry, Zephyrus. Yeah, more destruction. My bad.
Yeah, no worries.
There's an H here. Your haste from the previous haste casting goes down.
I like how you carried over. It's been like 4 weeks, but you carried over forgetting about Zephyrus' turn. It's like every fucking round last time.
It's because
like,
there's a value in his cell, and then I train my vision just to go to the next cell. That's why I tend to. Anyway, Zephyrus, what are you doing?
So Zephyrus is invisible at this point. So as Zephyrus turns visible, you could just see him pointing to the square just above. I just want to see where. Just want to make sure I get my drop location. That's my drop location. So Zephyrus is pointing, and a little blue seedling comes out of his finger, and it flies there, and it explodes.
Okay, this guy is about 20 feet off the ground, so it's a little bit out of your area. And if you moved your seed up, you would get this one.
Yeah, I want to move it up. I want to get the one at the
Okay,
top.
cool. All right,
And
so
this is a cold fireball.
a cold fireball goes ripping off. All right. Oh no! The pixie yells out.
And the DC is, I mean, oops, going to that, 3rd level spell. I think it's 18 per spell level. Sorry, I'm just trying to find that section of my sheet I scrolled
No,
past.
no problem. It's not like we haven't played this game in a month.
Yeah, so DC is 18, plus 2 for evocation spells, plus spell level. So it's 23.
23. All right. So the reflex save from the pixie. Because witches are known for the reflex saves. She fails. The wraith creature. That is horribly being born again from the pool of souls is at a 25, so it makes it save.
Yep.
It's not immune to cold. And Lady Andaisin did not put up anything to make her resistant to cold. She could still jump out of the way of harmful things, but
Not a prophetic god.
But she doesn't. So the pixie and Lady Andaisin take full damage.
Okay.
Screaming continues.
Yeah, I would imagine she would only jump out of the way if she was intelligent enough to do it.
Yeah, animals and bugs will still move away from warm or cold things. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
She fails.
Fireball damage. So it's 10d6 plus 4 damage. There we go. 27.
Okay, 37 on the pixie. It's very, very injured. Lady Andaisin takes the full 27. And that stops her screaming for a moment, but she's now shivering. The wraith creature made its save, and it's incorporeal, so it takes 1/4. Half would be 13, another half would be 6.
Sure.
Lady Andaisin's just basically shivering and crying and doesn't know what's happening. The pixie turns invisible to try to get away from this.
I can still see the pixie, though. Zephyrus can still see her because he's got see invisibility.
If you've got see invisibility, you can still see, and she only flies to about here. She lands on the ground. She's trying to hide along the edge of the center pool.
Zephyrus just shouts an instruction at Thurgus saying, "She's right there by you, very close. Just one swing away."
Bukrabek, hasted.
Oh! And what are these things?
Let's see. What does Bukrabek have left in the tank? He's used only a few of his channels.
They don't look alive.
Nope. They certainly do not. I think he's just going to position himself so he can help Thurgus. If Thurgus gets into trouble.
Thurgus, I'm right behind you!
Just like old times. Oh, or was that yesterday?
There's all sorts of screaming coming from the pools. You can see some of their heads are trying to force their way up out of the water to have a look or perhaps to escape. Let's see. let me give you guys a perception check. Perception, Titan's Gift. Ah, Thurgus. I suppose your people are very, how shall we say, descript compared to the others of Grand Station. They're bear people. You can't help but notice that floating around amongst the dozens, if not hundreds of souls in these pools, that one of the souls underneath you has made its way underneath you and is roaring in pain. And you can see the soul of someone you know. Trapped inside this pool is the soul of Narfad.
Oh, son of a bitch.
A grim realization curls up your spine with a tingle. It could also be that your death ward has dropped. Perhaps the victims of these people have ended up here. Perhaps the victims of the Blood Veil have ended up here.
I don't know what you've done, but you're gonna pay.
Oh, she's having a really bad day there, Sephiroth. Are we going in?
Stay out here, Mocranum. Or if you do, stay in the center of the room. If you
Oh,
go in, stay in the center of the room.
like here?
Zephyrus is showing him. Don't go up until those sides. Stay away from those sides. Stay in this channel.
Okay.
Stay in here.
Okay, I got my one spell. I'm ready.
Go, buddy, go!
Mocranum, hasted, moves at... It's pretty funny, his little legs. With, like, little filiae that move around that don't quite do anything. His 10 base and 10 because he's a Blood Rager.
He also has fly.
Hasted fly, Mocranum? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, he will move in.
I'm coming!
Hasted fly, he makes his way all the way up to Bukrabek.
Oh.
He doesn't have see and viz. He is behind Thurgus.
Oh, I'll come help you.
Just try and distract him if you can. And I will try and infer that if he wants to, he could try and aid my AC.
Okay.
Because I don't think I can take... I can't take a lot of negative levels.
Alright. The apostasy wraiths. The wraiths that hate faith. Who is the most faithful person in the room?
Lady Andaisin.
Clearly, we're only casting level 9.
Probably, I'm gonna have to go Booker back to the actual priest.
I mean, in terms of like spell levels, he's higher spell level than I am, but we're both in 9th level divine casters.
Do you have, as a war priest, the aura class ability?
I think so. Yeah, let me double check. I think it would be equal to a cleric of my level.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Bukrabek.
Aura, yeah.
Bukrabek.
I radiate chaotic.
Okay, Bukrabek radiates law. As a cleric, he radiates a strong aura. And Thurgus, as a 9th level cleric, also radiates a strong aura.
Strong chaos.
Strong chaos. Alright, so it's kind of like 50-50. Alright, this apostasy wraith goes flying at Bukrabek. This one goes flying at Bukrabek. This one will go flying at Thurgus.
Did that second one provoke?
Um,
I can't tell where my 10-foot reach would be.
you're a little bit too high up for that guy along the ground,
Oh,
but
okay,
these
okay.
two moving in definitely provoke.
Okay.
And 1 is Thurgus, 2 is Wickerbeck. 1 is Thurgus. You've got 4 AOs.
I can only take 3 because I'm size large.
5
I lost a
AOs.
point of dex. So I'll take 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Ghost can't be crit.
Can't be crit, and you have to roll to confirm the crit miss on that last one.
I'll roll the second one. 19 on the
Okay.
die.
All right, you're punishing these wraiths for deigning to come within grasp, swinging your sword around madly.
So that's 2 hits.
2 hits.
First one's for 41, half is 20.
Yep.
Second one's for 47.
Any one in
That's
particular?
23. Just the first 2 that swung, or sorry, yeah, the first 2. So that would be just the ones that I saw. So we'll go with the bottom right one and I think the top right one. So 6 and 5, 5 and 6.
5 and 6. So that one took 20, and then 23.
And then the third one missed.
Oh, the one that's attacking. No, Booker 6 is the one attacking Bookerbeck. So
Oh, sorry, I was looking at. Oh, because it has 3 on it. Okay, yeah, up 3. So 5 and 3.
oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I was looking at the damage.
All right, so you hit the damaged one, the one that got clipped by the cold fireball. Your attacks don't stop them. They all come in towards you. They fly at 60, so I think all of them still have their attack. Yep. All right. So 5 at 1d20 plus 10. These are touch attacks. 25, 17, 19, 15, 22.
All hit.
Oh no.
What? That's not good.
Okay.
It is what it is.
You take 5d8 points of damage and 5 negative levels.
That's not good.
No save.
There's no save. You get the save 24 hours from now when...
Hero points of some kind?
I have a hero point, but it's got to
But
be used for
there's
me,
nothing
right?
to spend it on.
Yeah.
I can't lower their chance to hit or anything like that.
Can't you read?
It's touch. Like Thurgus has a weakness.
You have blur.
There are 5 will saves you need to make in order to not have your divine connection disrupted.
Jesus.
Okay, give me 1 second, because what 5 negative
have
levels
blur?
is
He has blur.
minus 25
Oh,
max HP, right?
You have blur up?
He has
Yeah.
blur.
All right, so there's 5 D100s I need to roll. And the blur doesn't block any of them.
Shit.
So 5 negative levels, that's minus 25 max HP. Is that correct?
Correct. And then minus 5 to attacks, saves, and all checks, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna do this in here aloud because it's gonna be way faster. I'm still up. I'm just not doing well.
You gotta get out of there.
I've already got it in the sheet.
We have to annihilate them. Because I mean, we can't just have these all go on Bukerbeck.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He can do an. He
Oh,
might
give
have
me a
an
second.
aura
Give me a
to harm
second.
undead
You
here.
may get an initial saving throw. Let me. There is a fac that is on energy drain. Unless the monster's description specifically says you get initial saving throw, you don't get that initial saving throw. And let me just reread. And it does not talk about getting a saving throw. So yeah, there is no save until 24 hours later. Those temp become permanent if they're still around. All right, 2 attacks on Bukerbeck. His touch AC is 12 plus buffs. Probably 14 with his magic circle against evil. He does 13. He doesn't have. He has got a +1 ring, and he does not have Death Ward up. So Bukerbeck takes 2d8 damage, 15, and then 2 negative levels, which means his max hit points are currently.
Guys, these ghosts are gonna wreck us.
58 max.
No, we don't want them. We don't want them near us.
Join us. Join us in purgatory. The giant undead with souls.
We're just gonna get beat into the ground here.
Smiles at Thurgus.
Now your soul lays bare.
Apparently, death does not help with
The guys who make the bad puns.
it. Reaches out for your bear. You can see some of its ribs starting to open, like it's getting ready to pull you in. And this is
I can use a hero point to act out of my turn, right?
Yep.
I think Zephyrus is just going to do that.
Does it change your place in initiative, or do you just get an extra one?
I think it's just you get an extra action. So you get a standard or a move. What are you doing?
I want to cast a spell, so that's a standard, right?
Yep.
So Zephyrus is going to cast a wall of fire, but he's going to turn it into a cold, and he is going to separate it. He's going to cast it right in front of Thurgus. There. Have it facing this way.
Okay. I'm going to say you can conjure the wall of cold fire on top of the water and the statuary, so you're actually 5 feet up. So they'll still be able to attack over it. You need to anchor the wall in something, is really what I'm saying. They're about 20 feet off the ground.
So there's no way I can get the wall to cover from the ground through this.
No.
So the wall's either going to...
If you conjure it here, though, you're going to hit the bottom half of the big guy, and you're going to hit the apostasy wraiths. If you conjure it in that line right here.
Ooh.
But they will will it still have the same effect of them not being able to move through it if I do it over them there?
If you conjured the wall just over the statue, then you'd kind of have this wall above the statue, which I would allow to block the big guy.
Okay, and if I conjure it just to the left of it,
they're all flying, so they're too high off the ground. The wall's only 20 feet high. You'll catch the tops of them.
But I'll force them to make a move action to get on this side of it. And I'll damage them.
This will interrupt 3 of their attacks. They're going to be attacking through a wall, which means that they're going to be taking additional damage, and there will be a 50-50 mischance because the wall is opaque.
Yes, and the wall does double damage to undead.
Yes. So first, you make a cold wall appear. You're going to do damage to Thurgus this way.
Can I ask a quick question first?
Mm-hmm.
Would it help if I moved Thurgus?
It probably would.
Thurgus wouldn't take D6 plus 10 damage or whatever it is cold from this.
I'll use a hero point to act out of turn.
Okay.
and I will, using Spectral Hand,
Yep.
deliver to Thurgus a Jester's Jaunt. Let me do a quick check and make sure all the... Let's see. Target is one living creature. Range is touch. You teleport the target to a space you can see within 30 feet of the target.
Okay, you're gonna get rid of the spell you've got charged in Pixel by doing this.
I can do that. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you
And I'm going to move Thurgus 30 feet back.
All right. So
If Thurgus is willing to accept it. Come back to us for a moment, Thurgus.
I don't. Would I? Because like that's just gonna get Bukerbeck killed.
Bukerbeck is a friend of Malbin.
all right. So order of actions. The first thing that happened is this wall is going up. Are you interrupting the wall from doing damage to Thurgus by calling him back?
On the ground here.
Okay. So are you accepting the teleport?
I guess I trust my allies.
Okay, so a ghostly hand comes fluttering beside you and touches your shoulder and kind of whisks you back. As this wall appears, as these creatures were attacking. Okay, so really only 2 of them attacked you before they were interrupted, and 3 of them. So all 4 of them are taking damage. How much cold damage does this do?
18. Double to undead creatures.
Okay, so that does 36 damage to undead creatures. They are incorporeal, so it gets reduced to 18.
Except the giant undead might get a little happy. Oh yeah, sorry, never mind, yeah.
47.
Because I get 50% of it. Never mind, yeah.
Alright, 38. That hurt. They're not going to attack through the wall at Thurgus, so you could take 3 negative levels back, Thurgus.
Okay.
This wall went up as they were attacking, and you got zipped back right after the wall appeared, and these 3 are not going to attack you.
Thanks for the hero point.
Hell yeah. Good thinking, guys. Good thinking.
Yeah, this changes the game a little bit, I think.
Brings us back.
And this pixie was hiding kind of on the ground, and so there's a big... It looks like fire, but it's giving off cold, and it is spreading its cold damage this far. Oops. $10 feet out and 20 feet out. So you actually do damage to the giant undead thing. This is just 2d4 damage, but you add your evocation bonus, so 2d4 plus 4. Double damage would be 4d4 plus 8. Wow.
Do you want me to roll 44 plus 8?
Yep. Because your wall did damage to the...
Heck yes.
That is horrible.
Oh.
That's a horrible roll.
All right. 2 hero points were spent to pull Thurgus back out of the fire, so to speak.
So how many negative levels did you end up with in there?
2.
2.
2? Okay. Better than 5.
All right, Thurgus, your turn.
Oh, these ladies don't look nice.
I'm going to. I want Ghost Touch, but I don't think losing a round of attacks is worth it. So I'm going to full round attack, starting with the 2 that are closest to Bukerbeck. So
Okay.
I'll start with 7. This is primary.
Yeah, your sword goes right through it, and it's trying to put itself back together. Oh,
Another freaking nat 1. I kind of want to spend a... Oh, can I spend a hero point to reroll it?
You have a fortune point as well.
Do you
I'm not
have-
sure what
do
Well,
you
that
have-
doesn't save me from a nat 1.
Do you have any hero points left?
I thought I had 1 when you read them off.
Okay.
If I don't, then never
I know
mind.
I don't see any left.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's the hasted attack, and then my secondary. So 2 hits, starting with Wraith number 7. This is from a +3 weapon.
Okay. Wow. 42 and 46, it becomes 21 and 23, which is 44 damage. The Wraith is injured very badly, but it's still there.
For my War Blessing, I'm going to shift it from saves to a dodge bonus.
Okay.
And because I get to do that once per round. And
You
then
change your stance a little bit so you're a bit quicker on your feet and you can twist around.
I'm praying not to get hit, basically. Oh, I should have fought defensively.
No, those were fortune points, not
Alright.
hero points.
And I think that's it. I don't know that I can do much else.
Okay, the advanced plague zombie with the fiery sword comes over and tries to rescue Thurgus by attacking the thing that he just attacked. I think this is under Luke's control, so Luke can make the attack roll.
What do we got? What is this guy?
He is attacking with the fiery sword, I believe.
He's hasted, and is there a bard song?
Yes.
Okay, so plus hasted bard song, that looks like plus 18.
Well, plus 18.
Plus
so
19.
we'll move here. Here we go.
Yep.
27?
It's actually a little bit less because he was power attacking, so it would be 2 less. 25 is still hit. D10 plus 19 plus 1d6 plus bard song.
Bard song gives it 2.
$23 becomes 11. 11 is 55. And the apostasy wraith is destroyed.
Jesus, 1 down, boys. Well, at least we can only get a max of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to 6 negative levels per turn.
Up to. Alright, so the zombie moved and attacked with his flaming sword. Fereosae.
Is it possible for wraiths to be grappled?
If you have Ghost Touch gloves.
Or if you're
Definitely.
on the ethereal plane with them.
Yeah,
makes,
that's what that would
that
work.
makes
too.
some sense.
I think in
Ghost
one
touch hammer
campaign
with
we
my
had a
fist,
ghost touch.
hammer.
We had a ghost touch net for catching ghosts. Yeah, I kind of remember creating that.
You can also use Ghostbane Dirge and just make them corporeal.
I am going to do that same thing again, but to Bucrebecht. I'm going to Jester's Jaunt Bucrebecht back to here.
Oh! I will make your blade good against ghosts in a moment, Thurgus.
I wanted him to still be close to Thurgus and close to the combat, but not directly.
Can you do it to my armor? He has bless equipment, right?
Yep.
I think he can Ghost Touch armor.
Weapon blessings, ghost touch. Equipment blessings, ghost touch. Caster level required 9th for the ghost touch armor.
Oh.
His ghost touch, a ghost touch sword is only 3.
I can only do your weapon, although your armor is interesting to think about at another time.
I'll take it.
Lady Andaisin. She drops her scythe because I don't know if one is smart enough to wield a weapon you need proficiency to wield.
Animal intelligence, yeah.
Yep.
Dumb animals.
Everything
And,
frightens her in this room.
Dog, not cat.
Everything is frightening in this room. So she is going to go over here and cower.
That's the best place for her, honestly.
Professor. Professor with his own surgical strike of stupidity from downtown. What are you doing, Professor?
Well, now, in his mind, to Sinclair, who's the dumb one now, Sinclair? Ooh. And then, surveying the room, he will maintain the invisibility field. So I'll put another round on that, up to 7 this fight. 2 more to go. I will spend a Magus point, an Arcane Pool point, sorry, to increase DCs of spells this term. That puts me up to, I have 2 left. I'm at 17 in my Arcane Pool, for those keeping track at home. I will quick draw the Everbark wand out of the flesh grafter's bag.
Oh no. Okay.
And then
I'll look back and smile.
And then I think I can still see this giant undead with trap souls and rib cage.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot the giant undead with souls. It didn't do anything. It got interrupted by all these things. So it's gonna fly around this damn wall.
Does it fly?
It's flying.
Oh,
That's terrifying.
It's not threatened by anyone flying around here. It sees all of you. It grins. Instead of attacking this round, what it does is it looks at a bracer it has on its arm, and you can see these like 2 green pustules on one bracer, and it smashes both of the pustules.
Oh my god. This is potions?
It smashes both of those as one action. Zephyros and Professor, you can hear cracking and splashing coming from the chamber way back.
oh no.
Oh shit. Well, good thing we left the vomit twin to defend our rear.
A plague upon you.
Alright, that's what it did. Now it's the Professor's turn, and you were doing a bunch of stuff.
Yes. So I had maintained my invisibility field. I've increased the DCs of spells I cast this turn. I quick drew the Everbark wand from the flesh grafted bag, and I am looking at the giant undead with trap souls in this rib cage, at the mottled flesh withering off its bones, and I am going to use the wand to medium range, try and hit this thing, and hopefully end this fight before Thurgus gets level drained out of here. I mean, the ghosts are still around. I can't fix that, sorry. I don't remember how to calculate the DC on wands using... One mastery gives me my int modifier instead of the minimum modifier needed to cast a spell of that level. So that'll be 10 plus 1 from doing my Magus point. And then it's a 6th level spell. Is that what I use as the rest of the calculation here? Sorry.
Yep.
So
DC 16 plus your int mod plus whatever modifiers. And who are you casting this on?
I'm gonna try and hit the giant undead with trap souls in the ribcage.
You're gonna try to one-shot the other big bad in the room?
I'm not the smartest
This
man.
will be so
in
anticlimactic
six-
if this is what happens, but sure. Sometimes D&D is not like a movie. Yeah, we showed up and I one-shotted it. Okay, so first thing, you need to get by its SR. This creature does have spell resistance.
Okay.
It's D20 plus the caster level of the wand. Plus
Is
any
this something
feats you have.
I roll?
Yep.
Can I use a point on this?
No. Oh, you could use a fortune point
Fortune
on.
point?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, can I use
It's
a fortune
D20.
point?
Yes, you can.
Don't I have one? I think I want to. I think I want to put all of my eggs into this basket.
Okay, Luke, you've spent your one fortune point.
Okay, so now I need to do a 1d20 plus the 4 from the fortune point. Is, I believe, what it gets you?
No, 2.
2? Okay, 2 from a fortune point.
You don't have spell penetration or anything like
No.
that? Okay.
I don't have anything for spell resistance now. Is it... Do I add, like, a modifier here as well?
D20, the level of the wand, plus 2 from the fortune point.
The
Caster
wand...
level.
Oh, caster level? Because the wand's level is 11.
So that.
Okay, so here we go.
17 does not break through this creature's natural resistance.
My eggs! My basket of eggs!
You notice one of the little souls inside kind of like turned into a wooden doll, and then slowly started turning back into a soul.
Nice.
It's looking down the hallway, and let me see if it can see you. It doesn't seem to fix its gaze upon where you're standing. It's looking around. What is Pixel stealth right now?
Oh, I haven't rolled it. Let me roll it. It's dex still stealth plus 33. 47.
Henry, did you make any noise this round? Did you cast anything that had a verbal component?
Using the wand, I believe I'll have to do a verbal.
Yeah, okay, so DC 20, because you're invisible, 0 modifier because you did a thing, plus distance of 60 is DC 26. The creature made a 38 on its perception check. Oh, it's looking at you.
Ruh-roh.
Okay, that was the professor.
Zephyros just says to the professor, "Move forward, professor. We need to get closer." Because Zephyros is afraid of what's coming from behind us. He heard this thing.
you heard like 2 crashes and 2 really big rubbery kind of flops, like big fish hitting the pavement, and splashes of water, which you know is not water, is horrible diseased fluid.
Closer? Are you mad?
It sounds like a goat giving birth in that room.
What the hell does that sound like?
A very happy man.
Some sort of like some horrid goat giving birth.
So Zephyros he's cast a couple of spells in here. Does he get a sense of what a fireball would do? Not a fireball, a electricity strike would do to the giant undead or to the wraiths. Does he get a sense that it would be a good idea or a bad idea?
You've only done cold against the wraiths and the undead creature, and they both seem to have taken all the cold damage.
Right. So he can do an electricity bolt, but just turn it into cold for cold damage, right?
If you wanted to stick with cold, yep.
He is... Okay, so I just want to see in the description of the spell where it starts, because I'm trying. Because
It starts.
Fereosae is
A
in the
lightning
way,
bolt starts at you. It's a 10-foot wide path.
which means I have to move a little bit forward so that I can reach over Fereosae and cast it.
Okay.
Then cast it forward over all of these. And if it's 10-foot wide, it's probably going to be something like that.
Okay, so it's going to hit these 3 wraiths.
I was just curious as well. When we set up the wall, why were you saying the wall could only be this wide?
Because you need to put the wall on flat ground.
Oh, because it has to be anchored on something.
Yeah.
So that's why it couldn't be. That's why.
And I was letting you be nice and anchor it across
it.
the water, basically.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand. Okay, so it's a. I am using a wand of lightning bolt, and I am converting it to a cold. If you will allow me to do that with my versatile evocation.
Yep. Do you have that same wand power that the professor has?
I do not know what you're talking about.
The one that allows you to use your DCs and not the wands?
Wand mastery.
I do not.
Okay. A cold lightning bolt is also going to strike Lady Andaisin.
Nice.
She'll barely notice though.
All right, so roll your 7d6 plus
Which is
4, I think.
it's 2d4 plus 13. Why do I have that as the damage? Oh, sorry. That's the wall of fire. Apologies. That's no wonder I'm confused. Okay, so deals 1d6 points of electricity per caster level. What is the caster level of this wand? Sorry, I had it open. Yeah, you're right. 7d6 plus 4. 30.
That's a pretty good roll. Okay.
That's a good one.
All right.
And it's a caster level 6 wand. So it's caster level 7 because of my abilities.
That's fine. The wraiths are going to try to get out of the way. Made it. So the 30 damage becomes 15 because they're incorporeal becomes 7. That didn't seem to be as effective. Although one of them that was really injured, you destroyed with 7 damage.
Oh, nice.
That's good. And then Lady
Andaisin, who is cowering, I think is a -2. We'll say that. Just beating
I
her.
could probably also use a fortune point to make the DC a little bit more difficult, but
She fails. She doesn't see the cold lightning bolt coming. She takes the full 30. She's screaming. You don't see that you discorporated one of the apostasy wraiths because it's behind the opaque wall, but your cold lightning bolt went right through it.
and then also 2 of the wraiths didn't move out of the way from the wall of fire.
Yeah, it's not their turn yet. Oh, we also missed them on... Yeah, give me a second. Makronam.
Okay.
No, they had all moved up and tried to attack, so we're good. They're coming up in a bit. Oh, it's right, because you interrupted. That's why your turn's coming up so quickly again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they don't take the damage of going through the wall. These 2 do take the 2d4 damage as another wave of cold comes off your wall. 2d4 plus 4 times 2. So you are injuring these ones really badly. Go ahead and roll that damage now.
So is that 2d4 times...
No, it's 4d4 plus 8. You went out a turn because of your hero point.
22.
22
That's
becomes
much better.
11 because they're incorporeal. They're not on the same, fully on the same plane. That one apostasy wraith is really injured. Okay, that was Zephyrus's turn. The pixie that does not want to be here anymore.
It didn't want to be in the other room. It came here to get away from the other place.
It's going to fly up into the bell and pray to Hecate.
It's a smart move.
Bookrebek.
Oh my god, channel some positive energy or something, buddy.
Bookrebek is going to, as a standard action with touch, so he has to 5-foot step, touches the pommel of Thurgus's blade.
Me bumper, dumba dumba, make this blade effective at fighting ghosts.
And for the next 4 rounds, your blade is considered ghost touch.
Understood.
He expends 2 channels to do this. He has expended 5 of his 9 channels per day. And then he doesn't want to be anywhere near this anymore. But he is out of actions.
Does he have quick channel?
He does. He could spend 2 channels
To harm?
to harm undead.
I think it's worth, because we've spread out our damage.
Okay, he's going to try to start it from here.
Hi, Miko. What you doing?
He will harm undead, and positive energy affects corporeal creatures as if they were, or incorporeal creatures as if it was incorporeal. So
Can he exclude creatures from this channel?
he is damaging undead, so
But-
he could
but there's
exclude.
one
Yeah, he will exclude because he has selective
Selective.
channel. He will exclude the Advanced Plague Zombie 3, which he's not letting you keep, by the way.
Come on.
He will channel or smote it later.
Quick, Professor, give him a name. You can't kill a pet with a name.
The name sticks.
Papa dumba dumba, be with us.
White light comes blasting out, and the white light turns into like this golden color, like it was gold. And his damage, good call on that, Max. First, I'll take off the 2 charges. That's expensive. Is 4d6 damage.
This is huge for us.
14 damage to all the undeads. DC
Ooh.
17 will save. Let's do the big guy first.
Does the big guy have channel resist?
Yeah, he's got a will plus no channel resist.
Nice.
He made it, so he takes only 7. Every little bit will count. Alright, the wraiths, starting with number 6, 1, and then 2. They might have channeling. Channel resist. They have +4 channel resist. They've actually got really good saves.
I'm not shocked.
Made it, failed, and made it. So 7 damage, 14 damage, and 7 damage. Bookerbeck's breathing hard at this point.
You did good. I hope they don't kill you now.
Oh, there are people in the water.
This is Makranam. Makranam is going to step along this edge, and you want him to aid your AC?
So if he attacks a target against AC 10, he can aid my AC by 2 against the next attack.
Hey, leave our bear guy alone.
He's going to aid Thurgus's AC, which I believe affects your touch AC.
It does.
It's a dodge bonus. Yeah, okay.
Leave him alone.
A bunch of spindly tentacles kind of waving at the ghost. Alright, so he's trying to help out.
Okay. Who is that against?
This apostasy
7?
wraith.
Or 6? Yeah, okay. Alright. Plus 2 AC against 6.
Two creatures have entered the hallway.
Can we see them down the hallway?
Yep. Where is the hallway? There we go. They are horrible goat-skulled creatures with black wings. They have bows in their hands and horrible fumes and ichor dripping from them. They are the living abominations of plague from the lower planes.
Is there like any
Hordes of plague flies just flying around them, some of them circling like unholy halos.
Can we? It's just like a hallway back with the way we came, right? There's no like veil we had to pass through or anything.
Well, yeah, this veil that seemed to just be there so that you could see when creatures enter.
But it's not like magical or anything, right?
The magical shadowy veil, yeah.
Oh. Sorry. I did.
This the transparent shadowy curtains that you walk through. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Now the wraiths finally get to go. Let's get away from this horrible wall. We'll do those guys last. This one is going to attack Thurgus. It just reaches for Thurgus's soul.
Which one? Number 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 10 touch. Touch AC 18.
My 1 touch bonus plus 16, 18 touches.
Is that including
18
haste?
is my touch AC against him.
It includes haste?
Yeah, it includes haste. I
Okay.
messed up already.
All right. It takes a whopping 1d8 damage.
And blur?
Oh, blur effect, yes.
Thanks, Matt.
Blur worked!
Yeah! Statistics!
Was that the crowd going wild?
Yeah. I got it. It's good.
Okay. This one will step in. Its fly is plus 23, so it can effectively hover. And it tries to touch Thurgus. AC 13
Fail.
misses.
Give up your faith. Your god will die. They all
Come and take it from me!
die in the end.
In their time,
Apparently not.
all in their time.
This one incurs an AOO as it comes flying into Thurgus.
I will take it.
Thurgus providing this gigantic shield for Bukerbeck. Your ghostly aura blade now coming in towards it. Can you hit AC 16?
On not a 1, which I've rolled twice. So let's see if I can roll it 3 times. I'm at 27.
I believe in you.
I do too. 19.
Yeah,
46 to hit.
your ghostly blade comes hammering down in the middle of it.
Double check my damage.
Oh, can you move the camera, Marty? It's still on the daemons.
I have 15 strength, power attacking, fighter weapon training, competence bonus, enhancement bonus, luck bonus, morale bonus, and sacred bonus now. So this is disgusting. 49 points of damage.
You cut the thing in half, you do the full 49 because your blade is ghost touch, and the thing is cut to ribbons and disappears.
Nice. That was an AOO, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then these two with their 60 perfect fly. It's another AOO. And another AOO.
I do it 2 more times, and I don't.
Swinging back and forth, attacking the ghosts as they're coming in. Well,
For 52 and
Ooh.
52.
you destroy another 2 apostasy wraiths as they come in.
Well done, Bukerbeck.
Yeah.
Oh, way to go!
he looks back to to Fereosae and Zephyros and gives this look like good thing that Thurgus is here.
Alright, so the one that. Okay, so blur and a miss and 3 AOs. Okay, cool.
The giant undead with souls. is going to crack the other two
Of
vials
course he is.
on the other set of braziers. You can hear cracking down the hallway, and then splashes, and then horrible devilish goats being born. It grins. It's now quiet as it thinks victory is at hand.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
Just freeing the Leuco demons. Give me a second.
How quick are these demons? Can we see how fast they're moving?
The two just appeared across the barrier. They haven't moved quite yet. They haven't moved a significant distance yet. They are looking at the vomit twin of the professor, and like like jackals circling an injured cub. They see prey. They sense weakness for some reason. They don't know. All right, the giant undead with souls freed the Leuco demons, and that was a move. And then it can reach Thurgus.
Come here.
And the it doesn't like how you hit. He's gonna stay back from you. He's gonna 5-foot step back and cast a spell. A yellow beam comes
Is it a ranged touch attack?
comes coruscating out of his hand.
Is it a ranged touch attack?
It is a ranged touch attack.
He's about to learn a thing about Thurgus. 43 to deflect.
What?
With my last AOO this round.
Nice.
He rolled an AC 27 touch attack.
Get out of here!
You hold up the flat of your blade and you're gonna block this horrible strength draining ray. Yeah, the 18th level caster didn't get to hit you with the ray of enfeeblement.
And then I throw it to the ground. You're gonna have to try harder than that. Deep, scary voice is scaring my dog right now. Come here, Miko. Show people how much you've grown.
What have you
This is the
done?
puppy.
Oh, hello there.
Oh wow, that thing's got a lot bigger.
Yeah, she got very big.
Fluffers.
That is some floof right there.
What
They are
have
very
you?
hard to keep clean in Washington.
What have you done to Lady Andaisin?
Yeah, the big creature's looking back at her. Yeah, it's got some smarts. Thurgus.
I'm gonna full round attack, starting with the ghosts. So I'll start with 4 and then move on to 6.
Okay.
Primary and hasted.
Hit.
This is for 4d6 plus 38.
Thurgus is
First and second.
such a powerful vanguard to your party. Okay, so 48 damage, ghost attack, destroys an apostasy wraith, and then 55 damage. These things only have 51 hit points, destroys a wraith.
Oh, the ghost is all gone. Hopefully no more of them come out of the pool.
Oh, don't fucking say that.
Okay.
And then I 5-foot step towards the undead.
Okay,
Um,
the plague zombie 5-foot steps. It is going to take a full round attack on the giant undead with the trap souls. It's annoyed that it's being attacked by something that should be on its side. The thing, unfortunately, it does have a BAB of 7, so it gets 2 attacks. The first one's at with Bard Song and Haste plus 17. The second one is at plus 12. Nat 20 hits the creature, and the second one missed. So this is D10 plus 21 plus D6.
forward.
Okay, the fiery blade. You guys notice that the fire does burn this creature. It does not like this.
Does his rib cage of trapped souls count as discernible anatomy?
No.
Okay. Thought I would ask.
What is that ability you're asking about?
Normally, that's what determines whether or not something can be crit. So I was just curious if he has like a crit region because he's got a bunch of souls.
Fereosae.
Can I see through the curtain now, or would someone need to part it a little bit?
The curtain is transparent, so you can see through it. You can also see through the black barrier at the end of the hallway because it's
from this
to
side.
keep prying eyes from seeing in as opposed to out.
All right then. I'm gonna drop the black tentacles.
So these things are actually still prone. They're kind of waking up.
We're actually gonna do it right there.
Okay. Black tentacles have SR.
Black tentacles SR no. Saving throw none. SR no. CMB is my caster level +4 +1. So 14.
Go for it.
$33.
Nice
Actually
roll.
pretty good. Yeah.
I'm copying pasta their CMD.
Oh. So it's not actually possible.
That is the fortune point.
You could use your remaining fortune point to actually grapple them if you wanted.
Oh, hell yes.
Okay.
Great use of a fortune
So
point.
they are grappled.
My goodness gracious, yes.
Yeah, they're whining in their goatish tongues. They don't like this. Roll damage, but I don't know if you can actually damage them.
8.
Okay, doesn't do any damage to them. So
Okay,
they're
that makes sense.
just kind of stuck.
Yeah, fair enough.
Buying your companion some time. Lady Andaisin.
It also makes it difficult terrain.
She's freaking out.
Yeah, it is entirely difficult terrain.
She runs over here to crouch
that
over
is
here
nice.
instead.
I am actually going to move as well as continuing Bard Song.
Okay.
I see her over there. I'm going to fly to here because I want to see back at the bell. Pixel's coming with me.
Okay. Professor.
Can I see the giant creature still? The giant undead with the trapped souls in its ribcage? I could 5 foot. Can I just 5 foot step?
Yeah, 5 foot step you can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll 5 foot step. I'm going to maintain my invisibility field. I am going to spend another arcane point to increase the DCs of spells I cast this turn. And then I'm going to use magic combat so that I can cast a spell and use a wand this turn. And so the first thing I will do, I will glance back over my shoulder at the tentacles and the creatures coming down the hallway, and I will sort of wave that off. And like in Star Wars, when they close the blast doors, like an alarm will sound, beep, 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 and like a steel door will shut on the other side of the hallway as I cast Major Image. So I'll do it just on the outside of the tentacles. So, yeah.
So a big steel door is shutting here.
Yeah, and so
Close the blast doors.
Yeah.
And the DC of the illusion is what?
It should be 26. And I am not going to concentrate on it. I'm just going to immediately let it go from my mind. So it'll linger for 7 rounds.
So that's a will save to disbelieve, right?
Yeah, DC 26 will save to disbelieve. And let me... Okay, major illusion, got it. Okay, so that's the first half of this magic combat. The second half, I'm going to fire the Everbark wand off at the giant with undead, the giant undead with trap souls in it.
Okay, you're trying to turn it into the grossest wood statue ever.
Yeah, we gotta try and get through spell resistance, which was 1d20 plus. I'm not getting the +2 from the fortune point earlier. What was that? Sorry, I can't remember how to calculate.
Just the +12 from the wand, right?
Oh, plus 11.
+11? Okay.
So 1d20 plus 11. 26.
You beat its SR.
Okay, so now we need to cast a basically flesh to stone using...
Well, what's the DC of the wand?
So using my wand mastery, we use my int modifier +10, +1 from the increased DCs from my spending the arcane point, and it's a 6th level spell.
27.
So it should be.
Where are you casting all this on?
I'm trying to hit the big bad guy with
The
it.
giant undead with trapped souls.
They have a power. Okay, so they have a power called Spell Deflection. If you overcome its SR, it could deflect a whole bunch of spells by making one of the devoured souls take it instead. Flesh to stone is not one of them.
Yes. Yes.
Does he have flesh? Is he a valid target?
Undead don't have really good fort saves. Yeah, it's fleshy enough that it can be turned to wood. It's got a plus 11 on its fortitude save. I'm gonna double check that undead don't in their type have immunity to petrification.
Undead are immune to save, unless the effect also works on objects or is harmless.
This works on objects as well. You can turn... Oh, wait, no, maybe it doesn't. Well,
That's a good question.
What does the target say on Flesh to Stone? It'll say, like...
One creature.
Then that doesn't work on objects. I would assume that undead would be immune to it, because they're immune to everything that's immune to fortitude saves.
But it says at the bottom, only creatures made of flesh are affected by this spell.
Mm-hmm.
It turns gear into the stone as well.
That's non-magical gear. So let's see. Undead. Immunity to any effect that requires a fortitude save, unless it also works on objects or is harmless.
Does it count as working on objects if it's working on, like, the gear you also carry?
That's interesting.
Flesh to Stone is able to because affects gear. There's actually quite a few threads on this debating it. It looks like.
I would ask the question differently. I would say, if it was just the gear on the ground and you tried to cast Fresh to Stone on it, would it work?
The thing is, you don't target the gear.
It's not flat.
Exactly.
The subject, along with all of its gear, turns into mindless inert statue. So it actually does affect objects. It just doesn't have the standard description that says like around saving throw it like object. Sometimes it does say object. I'm going to say it works.
How do you want to rule it?
Yeah, I'm going to say it works. You got through the gauntlet of rolls, and the giant undead devourer thing is now a wooden statue.
Yes. Other big baddie in the room. Down.